Welcome to the GBR Design Studio. In this segment, we want to talk a little bit about back-to-school gifts. And you know that's one of the hardest things to do because everybody wants it done on a budget. $10 gifts, $20 gifts, very inexpensive things, and yet you still want to get a good look. So we want to take a closer look at these three little gift items here because in this lesson we're going to talk about perceived value and quick packing. You're going to be surprised at how quickly these go together, and that will enable you to sell them at a much lower price. So let's go to the very first lesson, and we're going to take a look at how to stuff this little tissue box. This is a gift that you can create for $5 or less depending on what you put in it. Now, as you can see, the container is a cover for a box of tissues. It's a very practical gift for a teacher. I'm going to open it up and show you what's inside this one. As you can see, we have used a shrink wrap on it, but just a strip of it. We haven't covered the entire gift with it. We're just going to open this up so you can see. And we've used a little pencil set here, a little desk set to give that some height, stacking it on top. And this is a cute little closeout you can get for about 50 cents, maybe less depending on the volume that you might order. And here's our tissue box. Now inside, we have a surprise for the teacher. Let me take everything out and you'll see. We've used a little bit of tissue to stuff in around, and here you see it coming out, a little mug that's wrapped up with some M&Ms, with some sweet tarts, with all kinds of little candies inside. And it's a little mug that could say thanks, or it could have a teacher message on it. But again, it's a very inexpensive little mug, and it's made just by putting a little cellophane bag around it and pulling it through the top. Now, when the teacher has enjoyed her little mug and candies that were packed inside it, she can take her box of tissues, put her tissue cover over it, and isn't that a nice item to keep on her desk? Now here's another inexpensive gift that you can use, but it stacks up very nicely by adding a couple of other things. Now this tissue box cover that you saw earlier is a closeout. Now if you don't know what a closeout is, it's something that's on sale. It's something that is not going to be produced again, and so the manufacturers or distributors will give it to you at a great price. And use your creativity when you see these kinds of things. This little tissue box cover costs maybe 50 cents. Now the apple teapot here is not a closeout, but by blending these two together you really get a nice look. Now this has been shrink wrapped, and I'm going to open it up. This would be just how the teacher would go about it probably. I'm just going to cut this, and off it comes. Shrink wrap is tough. Now you can get a little bit better look, and you can see that all we've done is stack that on top. And this box of tea has been just stacked on top. That's why these are so quick and easy to make. Now inside this one, let's see what kind of surprise you could put in for the teacher on this one. Wrapped in tissue paper, and inside could be a beautiful little teacher mug, or anything that your imagination comes up with that will stuff right inside this. Now I wanted to show you this tissue box cover, even though it's a closeout, you might not be able to buy it, because it lets you know what kinds of things that you can do if you look at an item and say, you know what, this could be a container. I could use this as a base that I can stack things on. And getting something like this for 50 cents or $1, you can see how you can get such a great look, good perceived value, and still not spend very much. So use that imagination and look for some closeouts. Now here's the last of the back to school gifts that we're going to show in this video, but I wanted to show this because it has such wonderful height. Look how tall this is, and yet your cost in it is anywhere between $8 and $15 depending on what kinds of items you put in it. Now let's take a real close look, and I'm going to show you a little bit about how this is put together. Of course, to deliver this, it was shrink wrapped, and we've taken the shrink wrap off so you can see more clearly what's inside it. We started with a box, and then here's that pencil set again, but look, this time we've used the box that the pencil set came in. That immediately gives us a little bit more height, and it builds it straight up. Right behind it, and I'll turn it to the side, we have rested a book on top of this empty box. So again, we're building high. Now look in the back here, and I'll take the last of this off. And to build this and give it a backing, we've just taken a piece of cardboard and covered it in some black, this is sort of like a Pellon kind of, it's not quite a tissue paper, but it's very similar. You could use just black tissue paper. And we've used just a little bit of tape to hold these things in. Now let me turn it back around. And we use that cardboard piece in the back so we can stack up and it stays nice and straight. We've used one piece of tape right here to contain this, and we used another piece of tape right here, and that was mostly to keep the tops on these and to pull it a little bit closer. And that's all the mechanics that are in this. The bottom has some cardboard that comes up to about here, and then we put some shred in it. And in this one, to fill in, we've used some apples. This is a wonderful gift here. It's just a little an eyeglass holder. The teacher could put her reading glasses here and have it on her desk. But if you didn't want to spend this much, you could fill in with more candies and apples and have a very inexpensive, tall, and wonderful basket. What really adds to this is topping it off with this cellophane here. A little bit of cellophane and ribbon, and we have a free video on the website you can watch about how to make these plumes, so be sure and take advantage of it. But this will give you some ideas on how to create some gifts that even the school board would approve of, because the budget is going to be so low. Hope you enjoy these, and thanks for watching.